I'd love to first and foremost start this presentation, as brief as it will be, with a big thank you. Obviously, there's no way Jencap is here today, 5 years later, without the contribution of all the entities that make up Jencap today. And so again, just from the very beginning, I'd like to just say thank you on behalf of everybody at Jencap Corporate for all the operating entities that have joined the Jencap team over this first 5 years. So we're here today to introduce the new logo and the tagline. I believe most of everybody on this call at this point has seen that. We're excited about it. Obviously, you know, this marks really a new chapter in Jencap, and we've spent a bunch of time looking at this and making this decision and finding the right logo and tagline that represents you know, what Jencap is and what Jencap has become. If you look at the logo and the way it looks, I mean, I really think it represents, you know, what we have become as a company together, and what we are really looking at into the future. Frankly, the old logo, I have to be completely honest with you guys, the old logo probably came together in about 10 minutes. Our old IT guy at the very beginning put it together because we needed a logo to put out an ad really quick, and so there wasn't much thought put into that, and it kind of stuck. It actually came out better than you would think about something that came together that quickly. But the new logo is, you know, is really something that we spent some time with, right? And what we wanted it to represent, and you know, the fact that we want to be a bold company, we want to be best in class. The fact that we're a dynamic company, you know, that is tenacious, but most importantly, that we want to be trusted. You know, whether you're on the brokerage side and you need your clients to trust you more than anything, especially in this time with a hard market, or you're on the binding authority side, and frankly, you need your carriers to trust you and your decision-making prowess. And then you got our program administration department, which, you know, clearly lives on trust, both by clients, but most importantly by the carriers that they represent. We bring a lot to the table for both the retailer and the carrier, and that's where this brand comes in. And that's why we will move the other companies that aren't necessarily changing their name right now, but we will change them and change some of their logo stuff, so that when you see a Minico that is one of the most recognized brands from a program perspective in the United States, but you'll see a little bit of the common Jencap logo, and that starts to associate Minico with Jencap and all the other programs for that matter. So as we move along, the other brands, the Quaker Special Risk will have a little bit of a logo change, just so that people will look at Quaker and understand it's a Jencap company, and the carriers will understand it, and they'll get the benefit of that leverage and that size that we have in the marketplace. So we have 5 entities that are going to move to the Jencap brand, and those are Genesee General, MJ Kelly, SRF, WTIS, and NIF. And so those entities will pick up the new logo, the Jencap name, and the tagline. And so the perfect plant here is that, you know, this is being done for all the right reasons. This isn't being done for synergies or anything like that. This is being done specifically so that we as a company get the benefit of being a large company, so that we get the benefit of being one, being together, so that the marketplace understands that Jencap is one entity. And so as we move forward here, the key is that our insurance companies know we are a $1.5 billion company, and that there is no more looking at the business as what does Genesee General do, or what does NIF do, or WTIS, or any of the entities. This is about everybody looking at from the outside as Jencap, as one company. And when you think of it that way, we are the 5th or 6th largest, depending on which list you decide to look at. We're the 5th or 6th largest wholesale entity in the United States. And that's an accomplishment for us. And that's the leverage that we need to use into the future. Just as importantly, when we all go to the Jencap brand, we have the large retailers in the United States looking at it as Jencap, a 1.5 billion going to 2 billion and more. in the future. And as those companies look at it, especially these big aggregators that are constantly consolidating their wholesale list, they can't cut off a $1.5 billion company. It doesn't make a lot of sense. We have over 50 independent and exclusive programs. We have some of the best binding authority capabilities in the country. And obviously some of the best transactional brokers in the country. So as you look at it, this name change and this tagline, better together, fits what we're doing as a company and what we've aggregated over 5 years. This is a hard thing, integrating a bunch of really successful companies that have been on their own and now pulling them together. And so, I don't think we looked at a bunch of taglines, but I'll be honest with you, the second better together came up on the screen. For me, it was over. I think it represents exactly what the idea of Jencap was, that we would bring these companies together, and as a group, they'll be better together. And I think as we move forward, it's obvious we're better together. If you look at the interaction between the companies, if you look at our cross-sales efforts, if you just look at the talent that we've accumulated across the country, it's clearly better together, right? The company's got terrific growth right now, and we've been going through some hard times, right? And this company has pulled together and done a terrific job fighting our way through the current marketplace, right? We're in a hard market now. At least in a lot of lines of coverage, we're moving into a hard market. We need to be better together. We need to use our best talents, our best relationships to make sure that we're providing a successful outcome for our retailers and, most importantly, the insureds themselves. So I can't express a time where I think, if you're looking at the market, a better time to rebrand ourselves, and a better time for the market to look at the overall Jencap is one company. Understand that we're not an accumulation of companies. We are $1.5 billion premium company that has the kind of clout it needs in the marketplace, the kind of leverage that we need amongst the marketplace, and to make sure that we're front and center on every insurance carrier's thought process when they're thinking about rolling out a new product and who's the best entity or entities to get that out there. We need Jencap to be at the top of that list. It really is an exciting time for us as we move into 21 to be recognized as one company. And that better together tagline, like I've said multiple times here, is so important and so fitting for what we've become and what we're going to do with this company moving forward.